Hey friends, Christina Stainbrook here. I am likely your superstar director somewhere in your upline somewhere. Not maybe your superstar director, but I am one of your upline superstar directors. If you are taking this Leap to Lead course in our group, if you are just finding this on YouTube, then hello. I am going to talk to you guys a little bit about gauging interest in your Scentsy business. So this week's topic is about prospecting for more business, and I hope you don't mind the angle of my camera. I just came upstairs and the top part of my tripod is missing. So if anybody's trolling me, bring it back. I don't know what happened. So you get this fun angle. So I want to talk to you a little bit about some ways that I like to figure out who's interested in my business and who's not. First of all, the easiest thing you can do is anytime you post about Scentsy, make sure it's authentic and look and see who has liked or commented on your post, because nobody likes and comments on direct sales posts unless they want to be contacted. Because I know that on my feed, if I have a friend promoting a product that I'm not interested in, especially for a company that may not have the best kinds of tactics, I will definitely scroll by. And I will not comment. I'm not going to like it because I know that right after I do, I'm going to get an inbox. So I'm not saying that when people comment or like on your post that you should give them a hey hun inbox, but write them down and keep them in mind, because nobody's going to like or love your post or comment on it or interact with it if they don't mean it. Secondly, another way that you can take this a step further is when you want to send out samples, as you should be doing, make sure that you are sampling intentionally and getting information back from people. So what a lot of consultants do is they make like hundreds of wax samples and they pass them out willy-nilly everywhere. The problem is it is not that person's job who just got the sample to contact you. It's not their job to keep track of the sample that you gave them or not lose it in the bottom of their purse or any other thing that we think that they will do because they loved the scent so much. People get busy. They don't always have Scentsy on their minds like we do. And it's not that they necessarily don't intend on contacting you, but you need to think about, how do you respond to things like that? So like if you were getting your hair cut and somebody in the waiting room handed you like a sample of something that they were selling and they said, let me know if you're interested. I'm sure there was more to the conversation than that. What do? You probably put it in your pocket of your coat, or you put it in your purse, you toss it in your car. And then what do? You go home, you make dinner, you clean the house, you get busy, you get distracted, you got other things to do. How often do you months later find that underneath a car seat or buried at the bottom of your purse and go, oh yeah, I forgot that person gave it to me. And then what do you do with it? You put it right back where you found it. It's not that you didn't intend on contacting this person or using their product, but it's hard to be sold by something you don't have to, like, if the ball's in my court, it's not getting thrown back over. Like, I just am too busy. I have other things to do, and the product at that point isn't important enough to me yet for me to make the move, right? And so as consultants, we need to be more careful about how we're sampling. We need to make sure that when we are sampling or giving things away, that we're getting information in return. So in my business, I do not pass anything out to people in which I don't also get their information back. And the best way you can do this is using like Google Forms or Jot form to create a really quick form. Just honestly keep it simple, because if you make them work for the sample, they're not going to fill the form out. Like, so if it's a form with like 20 questions about all their preferences, they're going to skip. Name, email, phone number, address. And then personally, the only other two things I ever add to any of my forms is a scale of 1 to 10, two of them. Because I don't know about you, but it's really hard getting rejected all the time. And it's hard approaching someone where you don't really know how interested they might be in something that you're going to offer them. And so every single time I'm giving out samples, every time I'm giving out catalogs, I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's my grandma or my aunt. I don't care if I already have their address. I don't care if I already have their phone number. Everyone who wants something fills it out, even if they've done it before. Because what I really want to see a change in, or to see if something's changed, is my scales of 1 to 10. And what my 2 scales of 1 to 10 say are: scale of 1 to 10, how interested are you in learning how to get free and half off Scentsy? And then scale of 1 to 10, how interested are you in getting some information on earning a little extra money with Scentsy? No pressure. Easy. Straightforward. Not a lot of fluff. Not too much info. I just want to see where they're at. And on a scale of 1 to 10, anything above a 1 is interested, because it's the same thing as the Facebook thing. If they're not interested, they're going to scroll by. They're going to make sure that they get you off their back ASAP. And they're going to make sure that you don't contact them. So the ones are going to be like, I don't want anything. And you're going to know right away not to contact them. You're not going to even have to get rejected because they already said it. It's just part of your job. You're just throwing it away. It's no big deal. And it's not really a rejection if you asked everyone, right? Because you know some people are not interested and you didn't ask them. You just asked if they were interested in learning more, not if they wanted to host a party, not if they wanted to join your team, but if they wanted a little information on either of those things. And it's going to help you gauge their interest. And the thing is, if you make people fill that out every single time, you're going to notice that some people who used to be 1s are eventually 5s and 4s, and you're going to know exactly how to approach them. It takes the pressure out. Another way that I like to gauge interest is using things like Instagram polls. And I only give yes answers. I don't know if you do that or not, but like I'll maybe post about a new collection and I'll say, hey, would you like me to send you a little more information about the collection? Or, hey, I just got this new fragrance in. Would you like a sample? And my 2 poll options are yes and definitely, because the people who don't want one are going to scroll by anyway. I don't need them telling me no, because if they tap on by, they're no anyway. Like, no is just the scroll by. So I only want to know who's interested. So I only give them the yes options. So don't forget to use polls. And then when people say yes, you send them your form and you will get their information and you're going to send those samples out. And then you need to follow up. And you're going to learn more about following up later on in this series, but make sure that you're following up, because it's not their job to find you, to contact you, to tell you if they loved something. I know for a fact that if I send my scent of the month mail out, I will literally never know who got it. And I sent 50 out. And so it's not that I have 50 terribly horrible people buying from me who don't ever want to tell me they got anything. It's because it's not their job to tell me they got it, because they're grabbing their mail, they're throwing it on the counter, and then they're cooking dinner, they're helping with homework, they're running kids to sports. It's not their job to reach out to me. It's my job to say, hey, just making sure you got it. Let me know what you think. Super easy. So make sure you guys stick into the course all the way through the follow-up portion, because that's where you're going to make all the money after you've gauged all the interest. If you have any other suggestions about how to gauge interest in your business, or if you have other little tricks that help you figure out who's interested, comment below. But what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to make a sample of something you love. I don't care if it's counter clean. I don't care if it's wax, whatever, make a sample. I want you to post it on Instagram or Facebook, and I want you to create a form. And it's forms.google.com or jotform.com. You do not need a sample of this form because I've just told you what's on it. Name, email, address, phone number, scale of 1 to 10, scale of 1 to 10. Google Forms, when you click the plus sign to create like another thing for them to fill out, linear scale. That is what the scale of 1 to 10 is. It's so easy. You don't need to watch someone's. When you ask someone to see their sample, you're just saying, I'm just too afraid to even start. Go to forms.google.com and just play with it. You can't break it. So just play with it. Click all the options. Figure out what they all do. But I want to see you guys post about a sample today, and I want to see you use the form to collect information, especially the scale of 1 to 10. If you are the kind of person who just really wants to know what kind of scents they like, text them after they fill that out. Don't put that on the form. Keep the form short. Create that relationship and fill that out. A good thing to do right now, too, is for catalog requests. When people want a catalog, make them fill the form out. Scale of 1 to 10, scale of 1 to 10. Every single time somebody wants something from you, ask them those questions. It takes the pressure off you following up with them because you know their interest level, and helps you get a lot less no's because you already know their interest level before you even start the conversation. So hopefully that helps. Let me know how it goes and post examples or screenshots of the posts that you've made and the interest that you're getting. And let me know how your forms work. Bye, guys.